Hello, friends. How are you? How's life? How's things? How's your world? How was your weekend? This weekend, my dumb dad brain cost me about $450. um, it's common knowledge that when a woman is pregnant, they lose some cognitive ability. And my wife complained about that a lot. She's like, I just don't have the mental capacity I used to have. Like, being a person in a technical field, she could feel it, she could see it in her day-to-day work. And of course, I didn't have any of that because I wasn't pregnant. But post-birth, I definitely have parent brain. And I think that just comes from a couple of things. One, sleep deprivation. Let's be honest. We're not sleeping nearly as much as we should. That's okay. This is all temporary. I've said that before. It's all temporary. It'll fix itself eventually. But, there's that. And then there's a complete paradigm shift of everything, right? My whole world has shifted. Everything that was normal before is no longer normal. All of my routines have gone completely out the window. I haven't journaled in over a week. My walk schedule is all screwed up. I haven't been walking, or whatever. This thing has been screwed up. Taking my medicines, I'm not, because I'm now up at sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 2:30. So, I don't have the routine of walking out, taking my medicine, making my coffee. That's all out the window. So everything has been screwy. I haven't, my bathing routines, like just having time to bathe, figuring out when that works, all out the window. And part of it is just the fact that everything is in service to the baby, right? Not a complaint, just how it is right now. And also I recognize this isn't a permanent thing and that new routines will develop and whatever. But everything is in service to baby. We are both in service to the baby when the baby's awake, when the baby's asleep, when the baby's eating, when the baby's not eating, when the diapers need changed. There's constant need for service, which means I haven't had time to do large things. I haven't played music in 3 weeks now, and I'm really missing it. I'm missing that way more than I expected I would. But there's no way I can commit to driving a half an hour, playing music for a couple hours. Taking up a 4-hour chunk of time, taking that away from Malia, her not having my help here while I go play music is not fair to her. It's not fair to the baby. I just haven't been able to do it. I was hoping to do it on Sunday, but it didn't work out. I thought we would have some help. I thought maybe her mom would come or my sister would come and I would be okay with even if it's just 2 hours, I'll go play for an hour and a half, drive back or whatever. Didn't happen. And I'll tell you why. And my dumb brain cost me a whole bunch of money. My dumb dad brain. I was up with the baby at probably before 4 o'clock, I think. I don't remember because I haven't been writing it down. And didn't really think much of it. Her room is upstairs. This is a 2-story house, but the upstairs is really built into an attic, peaked ceilings and that sort of stuff. So the air conditioning unit barely reaches up there, and those rooms stay hot. So it's just hot up there all the time. And then I came downstairs to get some coffee and play some video games while she was sleeping. I just kind of held her so she would sleep and played some video games. And then at some point, my wife woke up probably, I want to say it was between 8 and 9, maybe 10, and she comes out and she said something I'm really hot. And I was like, yeah, it's hot in here. And I looked on my phone and it was 76 degrees in the house. And I went, oh, I have heard the AC running all day, all morning. It just never kicked off. And I was like, that is strange. So my wife took the baby. I came downstairs. Normally, every couple of years since I've lived here, at least, I've been here 12 years, I'd say at least 4 times I've had to have the system charged. They'll need to put a pound or half a pound to a pound of refrigerant in the system. It's just got a leak. And when that happens, the A coil freezes up. So I'll come downstairs and the whole low side pipe will be completely frozen. Or the high side pipe will be, whatever. The pipes will be frozen. You can tell it's condensation everywhere. That was not the case. And I was like, well, that's strange. And I grabbed the high side line and it wasn't hot. They should be hot to the touch, very hot to the very, very, very warm. Not burning, but very warm. And it was just room temperature. And I said, well, that's a bummer. And so I'm back upstairs and I told her the AC's out and it's not frozen up. It's not that it needs recharged. There's something else wrong. So, it was supposed to be 85 yesterday. It was very humid. It was already like 10 a.m. It was 76. It was getting stuffy in the house. So I checked out. I've called the same service company for years. So I looked them up and they could get here Monday morning today at 10 a.m. And so I scheduled it. And I said, they can come here tomorrow at 10. And, I don't know what the fee would be to call them out. And she's like, it's whatever you want to do. So I had to go somewhere. Where did I have to go? I had to go get something for the house. Or something for my kid. Oh, my kid had band camp. I had to take my kid to band camp. So I took my kid, dropped her off. And while I was doing that, I was like, man, I just can't. We can't let the newborn live in a 90-degree day with like 80% humidity. It's going to be miserable in the house. I don't have fans. So I called up. I came back. We talked about it a little bit. She said, should we go buy like a little portable unit that we can set up, like one of the freestanding units that we could use upstairs anyway, like once, because it never really gets cool in there. And I said, maybe. I said, let me call the AC place and see what the extra fee is. And I called them and it was like $175. And I was like, you know what? Let's just get them here. Like, let's get the guy here, because if it is something major, then we'll know right now what we need to do. Instead of waiting till tomorrow, trying to figure this whole thing out, sweating through the night, sweating through the morning. I'm trying to work, baby's cranky, nobody's sleeping, that sort of stuff. So I called. I told the lady, just let the guy come. And she's like, he can be there between noon and 5. And I was like, whatever. He got here at like 12:30. She said there was 3 people ahead of me. He still got here at like 12:30. And the moment he got here, he walked in, did the same thing I did, grabbed the high side, nothing. Walked outside. And as soon as he took the cover off the compressor, I felt really stupid. Like really, really stupid. Because I knew immediately what the problem was. He unplugged the capacitor for the compressor, put his voltmeter on it, and said the capacitor is dead. That capacitor is like $50. 6 wires. And it gets stupid simple to replace. Cost me $490. Ultimately, Malia paid for it. So it didn't, my personal finances weren't affected by this, but I feel very, very stupid. Like, it was just I should have known. I should have known exactly what the problem was. When the fan's running and the compressor's not kicking on, the boards in here is not showing any errors, it's got blinky lights. Like, there's one thing. If the compressor's not coming on, chances are, 98% of the time, the compressor's not dead. It's just the stupid start capacitor. It's got a startup coil. It needs the extra voltage to get the compressor kicked on. Replace the capacitor, done. I could have fixed it in a half an hour. I could have drove to Ace Hardware, bought a new capacitor, came back, put it in, and we would have had AC. But I didn't, because I didn't even think of it, and I felt really inadequate. Really inadequate yesterday when that happened. I would love to say next time I'll do it myself, but will I remember? I don't know. Like, how long does this new parent brain last? I don't know. But I guess it's the price you pay, right? It's the price you pay for a lot of things. And in this particular case, it's for a tiny little infant who deserves to live in comfort because her parents can afford it. Even if it's an exorbitant fee for a simple fix that Daddy could have done had he just stopped and thought about it. Oh well, such is life. I have moved on. What did you get up to this weekend? Anything else happen? Anything exciting? Oh, there was regret because we went to Walmart on Saturday, and we went there to get I don't remember what we were there to get. Doesn't matter. Walking down the aisles of Walmart, I happened to look over, and they had Nintendo Switch 2s in stock. Just 7 of them sitting there in a town with less than 20,000 people. And I was like, huh, there's Switch 2s. And she's like, yeah, I hadn't bought one. And I was like, I think I'm going to get it. Like, I kind of had the money set aside for that anyway. And so I did end up getting the Switch 2 and Donkey Kong. And I've been playing it a little bit. And so far, it's pretty much just a Switch. Like, I haven't really noticed any... Okay. Like, it feels like a slight upgrade, maybe. Like, it felt kind of like going from my regular Switch to the OLED. It's just like, okay, it's alright. Nothing major. But I did feel a lot of regret when the AC happened, and I'm like, man, I really wish I hadn't spent that money, because I could use that money for this. And that's when Malia was like, don't worry about it. We're fine. And I said, okay. That was my weekend. Switch 2, AC went out. What was your weekend? You should let me know in the comments if anything exciting happened. And you should ask me some questions or give me some topics for this week. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for the like. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We are still growing. I got a payout today from Google. I haven't got a payout from Google in probably a year. I got a payout today. They sent me like $100. That's pretty amazing. Thank you for that. I appreciate you very, very much. You just paid for a fifth of my AC repairs. I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We're learning 20 things to start doing in your relationships. Number 5. Did we already do this one? I think we already did this one. We'll just skip to number 6. We might have already done number 5. Encourage others to and cheer for them. Having an appreciation for how amazing the people around you are leads to good places, productive, fulfilling, peaceful places. So be happy for those who are making progress. Be thankful for their blessings openly. What goes around comes around, and sooner or later the people you're cheering for will start cheering for you. Yeah, this even applies to like competition. Cheer for your competition, because rising tides lift all boats or something. It's important to be a cheerful person and to celebrate others. I've been a cynic for most of my life, and I hate it.